Oui, oui. Ok. Il dit c'est bon, il l'a maintenant. Essai 1, 2, 3. Essai micro 1, 2. Essai, voix 1, 2. Et essai 1, essai micro 1, 2. Essai, voix 1, 2. C'est bon? C'est bon? C'est ok. Fredo. Ok. Donc, merci. Et c'est 1, 2, 3. Et c'est 1. 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 Et c'est 1.
qui me posait des questions. Non, parce qu'on va se les passer. Je vais les tenir.
Mesdames, Messieurs, l'honneur et le plaisir d'accueillir.
This is an honor for me to welcome Mr. Blinken, Secretary of State, that is the Minister of State,
Qui est en visite en Côte d'Ivoire. Nous avons eu un bon entretien. Nous avons reconfirmé le partenariat exceptionnel entre
partnership between USA and Côte d'Ivoire. And I mentioned the fact that we do appreciate the support by USA and President Biden for what has been done and what will be it's continuously being done for our country in the health, food security, digitalization, and we discuss in all the fields of cooperation. And we have a joint vision concerning the continent vision, given the fact that our sub-region is in need of security with those coup d'etat in some of nearby countries of Côte d'Ivoire. And we agree that those countries should move forward toward democratic regimes. Like USA, we are very committed to democracy, justice, rule of law, and to all that can improve the daily life of the population. And you know, security in the some region is challenging somehow. So we do appreciate USA for their support in the area of intelligence and the fight against terrorism. And we consider that at the international level, we are sorry about the current crisis in Ukraine, invasion of Ukraine by Russia, and also the situation in Gaza. We do hope that the peace will come back soon to allow Palestinians to have a territory, as this has been demanded by the United Nations and the whole world. I would like to conclude by handing over to you and, before all, commend you on your visit and on this occasion of the AFCON. And you know, this is a great celebration of hospitality. We have been sorry about what happened, but we will manage. We will improve, since we have a very young team over here that will improve. I'm telling Ivorians not to be discouraged, like the first president of Boigny was familiar saying discouraging is not Ivorian. We won that cup 2 times, 1992 as I was a prime minister, 2008-15 recently, and I am sure that we will win the 3rd cup. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for having us today for this very long and very good conversation that, as you said, touched upon all of the topics that are important to us bilaterally and regionally or globally. And I would like to speak to the question of the match yesterday. Someone said soccer is life with ups and downs. And what I saw was a young team with a lot of talent. The Elephants have long memories, and they also have a lot of capacities for the future, and I know that we will be seeing them again on the continent and around the world. I'm very confident of that. If I may, I will continue in English for our colleagues of the press. Comme je l'ai dit, merci, Monsieur le Président, de cette conversation très productive concernant une variété de sujets qui nous relient, la Côte d'Ivoire et les États-Unis, sur le plan bilatéral, régional et international.
I'm here as you know, as part of a 4-country tour that took us to Cabo Verde yesterday, here in Cote d'Ivoire, and then on to Nigeria and to Angola. And we're here for a very simple reason, because America and Africa's futures, their peoples, their prosperity are linked, linked and joined as never before. African voices are shaping our shared future on a planet where in the years ahead, 1 out of every 4 people on this planet will be from Africa. And we see increasingly African countries leading on issues of global consequence. The United States is committed to growing our partnerships across the continent. This is something that President Biden is very focused on. We had the African Leaders Summit in Washington last year, but the President was determined that as important and successful as that Leaders Summit was, the 3 days that people were together, it was the 362 days that followed, where we're really following through on the agreements we reached and the commitments we made that mattered most of all. Now, the United States and Cote d'Ivoire have a strong and growing bond, and we see that in virtually every area. We want to invest, to continue to invest, in the foundations of Cote d'Ivoire's prosperity, its health, its environment, and its future. We have a $500 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact building a major road and school infrastructure. We're supporting construction of new hospitals to lower maternal mortality. And we continue to invest in ways to reach HIV epidemic control, to detect and respond to infectious diseases that we saw ravaged our planet just in the last few years. The President and I also had an opportunity to talk about our growing commercial ties. This is something that will create more jobs, and it will power broad-based growth for both of our countries. We've already seen remarkable economic success in Cote d'Ivoire with exceptional growth rates at a time when the world economy has been challenged, and despite even the challenges that Cote d'Ivoire has in its own region, in the north and elsewhere. But here we're about to add at our mission a foreign commercial service office with the Treasury Department. We have personnel from the Development Finance Corporation who are here to facilitate investment, to make sure that American investors see win-win opportunities for both of us and can take advantage of them. And we're building those partnerships as well under what will be a $500 million plus agreement with our Export-Import Bank, again, to support and to underwrite investment. One of those partnerships, because it's something the President really focused on, is in the cyber and digital area, where our companies are setting up a wireless 5G network to manage disaster and emergency management, digitizing Ivorians' medical records and systems, building what will genuinely be a state-of-the-art carbon-neutral data storage facility, and more. And this will really put the strongest possible foundation under Cote d'Ivoire's digital future. Let me just add quickly that, of course, we spent a good deal of time talking about regional security challenges. And here Cote d'Ivoire is an essential partner. Partner for us, partner for other countries in the region that are trying to move forward. We appreciate particularly the leadership shown by Cote d'Ivoire in countering extremism and violence. We're announcing $45 billion in new funding through the U.S. strategy to prevent conflict and promote stability for coastal West African states. With this new investment, the United States will have invested nearly $300 million just over the past 2 years in stability-focused assistance in coastal West Africa. And we're also working to bolster Cote d'Ivoire's security capacity. There's been an increase in training multiplied 15 times, training equipment for the military just over the last year. We're expanding civilian forces investment as well. And I have to applaud the approach that's been taken by Cote d'Ivoire, working with communities, listening to communities, making sure that their security forces understand the needs, the concerns of local communities, and building security together. Cote d'Ivoire is showing the way to do that, and I think that can serve as a very powerful model for other countries. Finally, we noted and applauded the very important leadership of the President in other regional issues, particularly the very hard but important work of trying to return Niger to constitutional order. We had a long discussion about that. The bottom line is this. Côte d'Ivoire is a leader in West Africa and on the continent in so many ways. And we feel that in our own partnership. We look to Côte d'Ivoire for advice, for counsel, for collaboration. I believe in any event that we learn a lot from each other. And let me conclude where I started. It was, despite the outcome of yesterday's match, it was remarkable to see people coming from across the continent and indeed around the world here to Côte d'Ivoire for the tournament to see all of these extraordinary teams play on the field, but also to learn about, to experience this country. And I think the investments that were made in helping to receive people, investments that will also help people here in Côte d'Ivoire with new roads, new hospitals, new bridges, all of the infrastructure that's gone into this, that's going to have a benefit for years to come. And I think that as people come and experience Côte d'Ivoire, they'll want to come back. I know that I do. Thank you very much. Merci. 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 Thank you.